I am inviting you now, my child, my darling, as time is running out. This evening, a voice from above broke through the silence. It's your mother. As you read this, her essence is in your presence. Archangel Michael encourages her to stay in the present moment because the opportunity may not return after it has passed. The chambers of light are reverberating with your name, and the heavens are trembling. It is the final truth she wishes to tell you. While she was alive, she kept a secret. She was unable to disclose a truth prior to her consciousness crossing over. This is your last opportunity. Presently, allow your emotions to expand. Please keep from abandoning me until the end. Pay close heed to this, as the miracle is imminent. If this word speaks to you, please subscribe right away to avoid missing another divine revelation. The knowledge you're about to learn has the power to change your life. The guardian angels are inspecting the area. Your decision is being monitored by the heavens. You are being advised not to disregard it by an inner voice. Is it your aim to attend or to dismiss and depart? Tonight the heavens are heavy with a message that cannot be delayed. This world and the eternal have grown more visible to one another, and your mother's voice has reached out from that place where time does not exist, my child, my adored. You thought she had vanished, yet she is still at her current place. More than the air in your chest or the pulse in your heart, you can feel her presence. She begged God to give her one final chance to speak with you. Archangel Michael has conveyed her words across the blazes of heaven, making them apparent. This isn't an error. This is not a fabrication. The supernatural has sent you to this area because they understand that if you do not open this message now, you will never receive it again. A fixed point in your destiny before you were born. The soul is limited to the body, and certain realities are hidden. The surviving and the dying maintain secrets, refrain from expressing emotions, and refrain from speaking. Your mother carried these facts with her into eternity. She is now vibrating with light, as her love for you is stronger than the silence of death. She was unable to sleep until you informed her of the final fact. She was unable to continue into the gardens until she spoke the words she had never spoken to you on earth in your heart. As a result, she implored Archangel Michael to transmit this to you immediately, before the hourglass empties and her voice recedes into the eternal stillness. Pay close attention. She is not discussing minor topics. She discusses the path you are currently on, the dangers that surround you, and the hands that claim to adore you but actually conceal a knife. She talks about the marvel that carries your name. A miracle is nearly real, but it is so fragile that a single misjudgment might destroy it. She discusses her prayers and the tears she shed for you throughout her life. She was unable to sleep every night since you were surrounded by murmurs that no one else could hear. She claims that those prayers did not vanish with her. Rather, they rose like incense into the throne chamber of heaven, where they continue to burn in front of the altar of God, pleading for his protection and blessing. They cannot be taken lightly. No, paradise isn't a joke, and God doesn't waste his words. The fact that you are reading this now suggests that eternity has interfered in your life. There appears to be an unshakable and tremendous force at work. You are being cautioned, but you are also preparing. The door has been opened for God to enter as a result of your mother's affection for you. However, you must be alert. It is critical that you use caution. It is critical to grasp that this is not a coincidence or a result of chance. Because if you turn away, you will miss both her final message and God's hand extended to you. Before we begin, I'd like you to do a tiny task. It may not appear to be substantial, yet it is significant in the spiritual realm. You are not merely viewing a video by selecting the like button at this moment. Your life will be defined by a steady flow of God's favor. Heaven is aware that when you choose, you are sensitive, open to receiving, and willing to accept the divine intervention that is being sent. Therefore, instantly hit the like icon. I am inviting you now, my child, my darling, as time is running out. This evening, a voice from above broke through the silence. It's your mother. As you read this, her essence is in your presence. Archangel Michael encourages her to stay in the present moment because the opportunity may not return after it has passed. The chambers of light are reverberating with your name, and the heavens are trembling. It is the final truth she wishes to tell you. While she was alive, she kept a secret. She was unable to disclose a truth prior to her consciousness crossing over. This is your last opportunity. Presently, allow your emotions to expand. Please keep from abandoning me until the end. Pay close heed to this, as the miracle is imminent. If this word speaks to you, please subscribe right away to avoid missing another divine revelation. The knowledge you're about to learn has the power to change your life. The guardian angels are inspecting the area. Your decision is being monitored by the heavens. You are being advised not to disregard it by an inner voice. Is it your aim to attend or to dismiss and depart? Tonight the heavens are heavy with a message that cannot be delayed. This world and the eternal have grown more visible to one another, and your mother's voice has reached out from that place where time does not exist, my child, my adored. You thought she had vanished, yet she is still at her current place. More than the air in your chest or the pulse in your heart, you can feel her presence. She begged God to give her one final chance to speak with you. Archangel Michael has conveyed her words across the blazes of heaven, making them apparent. This isn't an error. This is not a fabrication. The supernatural has sent you to this area because they understand that if you do not open this message now, you will never receive it again. A fixed point in your destiny before you were born. The soul is limited to the body, and certain realities are hidden. The surviving and the dying maintain secrets, refrain from expressing emotions, and refrain from speaking. Your mother carried these facts with her into eternity. She is now vibrating with light, as her love for you is stronger than the silence of death. She was unable to sleep until you informed her of the final fact. She was unable to continue into the gardens until she spoke the words she had never spoken to you on earth in your heart. As a result, she implored Archangel Michael to transmit this to you immediately, before the hourglass empties and her voice recedes into the eternal stillness. Pay close attention. She is not discussing minor topics. She discusses the path you are currently on, the dangers that surround you, and the hands that claim to adore you but actually conceal a knife. She talks about the marvel that carries your name. A miracle is nearly real, but it is so fragile that a single misjudgment might destroy it. She discusses her prayers and the tears she shed for you throughout her life. She was unable to sleep every night since you were surrounded by murmurs that no one else could hear. She claims that those prayers did not vanish with her. Rather, they rose like incense into the throne chamber of heaven, where they continue to burn in front of the altar of God, pleading for His protection and blessing. They cannot be taken lightly. No, paradise isn't a joke, and God doesn't waste His words. The fact that you are reading this now suggests that eternity has interfered in your life. There appears to be an unshakable and tremendous force at work. You are being cautioned, but you are also preparing. The door has been opened for God to enter as a result of your mother's affection for you. However, you must be alert. It is critical that you use caution. It is critical to grasp that this is not a coincidence or a result of chance. Because if you turn away, you will miss both her final message and God's hand extended to you. Before we begin, I'd like you to do a tiny task. It may not appear to be substantial, yet it is significant in the spiritual realm. You are not merely viewing a video by selecting the like button at this moment. Your life will be defined by a steady flow of God's favor. Heaven is aware that when you choose, you are sensitive, open to receiving, and willing to accept the divine intervention that is being sent. Therefore, instantly hit the like icon. That is the time to implore God's favor to enter your life and facilitate the opening of doors, the softening of hearts, and the creation of a pathway where none appears to exist. Now is the moment to take action. Sense the commencement of the transition. This is the final warning before the page turns, announces Archangel Michael. You are currently on the verge of a new chapter, which will either be the miracle God planned for you or leave you with reservations. Your mother's words are the compass you hold in your hand. She advises you to be forceful. She recommends that one keep watchful for the indicators. The murmurs in your spirit may be laughed at or disregarded by those in your vicinity. However, she desires that you accept them. I'd want to extend an invitation to you at this time through a simple act of trust. Approach this situation with a feeling of purpose, honesty, and hope. The amount you contribute today is not a donation. Your heavens are opened by the act of spiritual obedience. Relinquish your seed and witness what rewards God delivers into your life. I sense that paradise is temporarily halting before we proceed any further. Your mother is aware of your emotions and desires for you to demonstrate your faith. I'd like you to enter one word in the comments box below. It is not a ritual to type Amen if you believe her spirit is present and you are aware that these words are genuine. It is a declaration that you are attentive, awake, and ready to receive the treasures that heaven has bestowed. The angel's eyes light up as you type it, and your mother's spirit rejoices. Please type Amen now as a sign of your faith, and do not hesitate to act if this message touches even the smallest part of your mind, my child. Immediately subscribe, as they are not the last messages that heaven will send you. There are still more truths, messages, warnings, and miracles to come. However, if you fail to perceive them or allow the world's commotion to drown out the divine's call, you may miss the path of light that was there in front of you. By subscribing, you are committing to remain informed about the divine revelation that is forthcoming in this period of your life, rather than merely clicking here. When your mother says your name, her voice resonates with joy. She claims to have witnessed you in those quiet moments when you thought no one could see your tears and that your pain was hidden beneath a bold veneer. According to her, a mother's love is eternal and continues even after the corpse is buried. As a result, she was unable to focus her attention away from you in heaven. She insists that you should be aware of this. You've been through a lot of difficult situations, but they've all been part of a bigger plan. You were seen, counted, and are still being redeemed for every betrayal that stabbed deeper than a knife. Every day you carried too much on your shoulders, and every night you doubted God. She indicates that the moment is approaching at which the pain you have experienced will be alleviated by a miracle so radiant that even your adversaries will be speechless in amazement. Michael, the Archangel, is present, holding a fiery sword of light which confirms the message. He informs you that the conflict surrounding you is more severe than you think, and that your name has been etched in God's fire. Although the forces of darkness have attempted to encircle your destiny with pitfalls, they have been unsuccessful. Archangel Michael claims he has been sent to defend you, stand at the door of your home, and surround your steps with celestial forces. He claims that the adversary has been spreading false information to those in your proximity in an attempt to instill mistrust, envy, and enmity toward you. However, he asserts that an opponent cannot access what God has sealed. Your miracle is beyond the control of individuals. It is not in the murmurs of those who intend to cause you harm. Envy is absent from the background. It is placed in the throne room of heaven, where the sound of your mother's pleas can still be heard as thunder, and heaven has already made its decision. You've been selected. We got you covered. You are being propelled into an irreversible new season right now. Archangel Michael, who is depicted wielding a flaming sword of light, also confirms this message. He informs you that the conflict surrounding you is more severe than you think, and that your name has been etched in God's fire. Although the forces of darkness have attempted to encircle your destiny with pitfalls, they have been unsuccessful. Archangel Michael claims he has been sent to defend you, stand at the door of your home, and surround your steps with celestial forces. He claims that the adversary has been spreading false information to those in your proximity in an attempt to instill mistrust, envy, and enmity toward you. However, he asserts that an opponent cannot access what God has sealed. Your miracle is beyond the control of individuals. It is not in the murmurs of those who intend to cause you harm. Envy is absent from the background. It is placed in the throne room of heaven, where the sound of your mother's pleas can still be heard as thunder, and heaven has already made its decision. You've been selected. We got you covered. You are being propelled into an irreversible new season right now. However, my child, you must remain vigilant, since your mother has informed me that the threat is not restricted to the obvious evil men. The larger danger is disguised in the seemingly harmless voices, little distractions, and modest concessions that are designed to divert you from the path of light by a single step. She advises that you should be particularly attentive to your spirit, as God is communicating with you through signals that you have neglected. The repeating numbers, unexpected sights, and emotions that cautioned you not to trust some people contained heavenly messages. She tells you to no longer overlook them. If you listen to these whispers, they will keep you safe from pain, deception, and loss. If you ignore them, you may become ensnared in a trap that was not meant for you. That is the reason she arrived. Heaven opened the veil to safeguard your safety and to wake you up before it's too late. Like you listen to this, feel the air around you change, like if paradise is nearby. It is now approaching you. The spirits are approaching. The Spirit of God is apparent in these words. Your heart is pounding differently now that your consciousness is aware of the truth. If you are experiencing shivers, tears, or a sensation of weightlessness at this moment, do not hesitate to be surprised. That is evidence that the Eternal is communicating with you and that heaven is impacting you. God declares, "My child, I have heard your cries. I am aware of the severity of your pain, and I apologize for my delay. I am departing at this time. My beloved, you are unable to stop at this moment. Please avoid from leaving quickly. Please do not allow this to occur. Keep the key to your breakthrough for an extra moment. The precise measure that will unlock your miracle may be overlooked if you close this message prematurely. Please keep from leaving until the end. Please remain, as your mother has more information to share with you. Archangel Michael hasn't finished warning you, and God's hand is reaching out to you. Your entire existence can be transformed in an instant if you return to faith. Heaven's words are being revealed step by step, with the next revelation approaching quickly. Therefore, if this message inspires you, please subscribe right away. If you go on vacation, you may miss the sign you've been asking for. There are multiple channels to which you can subscribe. Your heart must remain linked to the flow of divine truth. Perform the duty immediately and show God that you are prepared. According to your mother, the period of confusion and disorientation has concluded. She has observed you question your own worth and question whether you are truly loved, chosen, and that God truly listens to your petitions. That is the information she wants you to be assured of. We shall not forget you. Every plea you whispered in the dark, every cry you let out when no one was listening, was heard by the Creator of the stars. She brought those prayers up as a precious sacrifice, and they are still present before God's throne. She encourages you to stop thinking about your worth since God has already told you that you are valuable. You are more valuable than gold, kings, and the entire universe. The enemy understands that nothing can stop your destiny if you completely awaken to your actual identity, which is why the battle around you has been so arduous. Okay, Archangel Michael, you are now allowed to speak. He informs you that there are individuals in your vicinity who are apprehensive about your ascension and have attempted to impede your progress as a result. Some people have grinned at you with envy. Some people have whispered but then used their remarks against you when you were not present. Some people even pretended to secure your protection while instilling concerns in your mind. Archangel Michael informs them that their plans will be unsuccessful due to the fact that heaven has established a boundary around them. He claims that the coverings will soon be removed, showing who is on your side and who is opposing you. However, you need not be concerned about this truth because it will bring you no harm. It will release you. God instructs him, I would prefer that you walk in the light alone rather than with shadowy individuals who pose as friends. Prepare your spirit, for enlightenment and freedom are on the way. Your mother is approaching you in spirit, and her words are replete with affection. She also claims that you have fortitude that you are unaware of. Throughout your childhood, she silently wished that you would gain the strength to survive cyclones while holding your hand. She believes that your petitions are the reason you are still alive after what should have been your demise. Avoid additional self-criticism. Avoid assessing your future based on previous failures. You are no longer the same individual you were previously. You are growing into a person who is more important and superior than she ever thought. She informs you that she is so proud of you that it is impossible to express. Additionally, she asserts that numerous individuals possess vanity. God is proud of his cherished child, who endured against the weight of the universe. Finally, the Holy Spirit speaks in an incontrovertible manner. My child, you are on the brink of a period of divine reversal. Things that were meant to harm you will eventually become beneficial. What has been taken from you will be repaid sevenfold. Individuals will not reopen the doors that were closed in your face, but I will. The emotions you shed in private will serve as the foundation for your testimony. Individuals who mocked your misery will see your rehabilitation. They will also know that it was not a coincidence, chance, or fate. My hand was upon you. I must pose a serious inquiry to you at this time. Subscribing to this channel demonstrates your deep faith in God. If you understand that this message is not a coincidence, then show your confidence in God. When you click the subscribe button, you aren't just following a page. You are initiating a prophetic alignment. You are preparing to receive every word, warning, and blessing that God has for you in the days ahead. It is possible for God to align people, assets, and opportunities in your advantage. Subscription is the method by which you maintain contact with that alignment. As a result, pick Subscribe. Use the bell to alert others. Demonstrate to deity your commitment to divine law. There is no need for alarm about the delay. It does not indicate denial. Miracles are conceived in the bosom of silence. Therefore, do not be concerned. I am currently planning, aligning, and executing operations in the background. You are not as isolated as you may think. You are inching closer to the breakthrough than you can currently perceive. A sweet voice, like a whisper in your ear, says, "Be cautious, my child." She informs you that not everyone who expresses surprising interest in you is a divine messenger. Some people are drawn to your light not because they want to protect it, but rather to diminish it. She asserts that your most effective weapon this season will be your capacity to consider the implications of your actions. Before relying on something, pray. Listen before you take the leap. Pay close attention to how people treat you when you need assistance. This will reveal the true nature of their souls. She indicates a wish to continue holding you in her arms. However, she now protects you with her prayers. Furthermore, the petitions are robust. They envelop you like a flame even when you are asleep. Archangel Michael let out one additional shout. Do not be afraid of the strange shapes that emerge before you. He claims that the struggle becomes more intense right before the win is declared. Therefore, this may account for the recent deterioration in one's mood. What has been the cause of your unexpected setbacks? The cause of the unexpected advent of cyclones? This is because the adversary is aware that you are on the verge of achieving a huge goal, and this is his final attempt to thwart you. However, Archangel Michael informs you that the conflict has already been resolved. Continue to persevere. Refrain from succumbing to despondency. Do not let exhaustion drive you to give up. Dawn will come, and the light will reveal that you were unhurt the entire time. The Lord has now spoken. I am on the brink of unlocking a door that no one can shut. He assures them that they will identify it since it is not the result of exertion, manipulation, or pleading with others to acknowledge them. It will happen without question, simply and quickly. Peace will ensue. This will be the ultimate sensation of peace that you have been looking for. After some time, you will realize that the wait was worth it. This is what the agony prepared me for. This blessing was made possible by my mother's requests. God warns against skepticism when it appears. Walk through with courage. It's yours. Your mother's voice is almost shaking with haste, conveying a deep sense of pain as she speaks. She claims to have witnessed your secret difficulties, the way you help people while feeling on the verge of collapse, and the way you keep a smile on your face despite your heavy heart. She says that she wants you to know that all of your efforts have been worthwhile. Individuals are telling you lies in an attempt to persuade you that your devotion and kindness are ineffective. A search has been conducted by God in paradise. You will remember each minute of patience, every time you forgave when you could have remained enraged, and every sacrifice you made when no one thanked you in eternity. God has placed them in the book of remembrance so that they will never be forgotten. The outcomes of your peaceful sowing will be readily apparent in the near future. One day, you'll realize that every tear was worthwhile. Archangel Michael emerges once more, and his words are like a blaze that penetrates the darkness. According to him, the adversary has been endeavoring to undermine your faith by quietly suggesting that it is simpler to abandon one's faith than to persist in it. This is the most dangerous lie you can tell, because the adversary is aware that you are on the verge of a breakthrough, according to Archangel Michael. He is aware that you will enter into the destiny that God has already prepared for you if you continue to move forward, believe, and remain firm, even if your steps are trembling. Archangel Michael encourages us to continue. Refrain from returning. Do not let the adversary take what God has already written with your name on it. He raises his sword and informs you that the enemy has already disintegrated, that invisible forces are being scattered, and that the approaching storm is incomparable to your defense. Your mother's voice softens, adored kid. She speaks in the same manner as she did when she sat next to your bed and petted your face as you wept after having a terrible dream. Have you forgotten the instruction I always gave you? Trust, even when you're scared. Please believe me when I say this. Keep trust in the process. Have faith in the situation. Have faith that God has not forgotten about you. With her very last breath, she prayed for you, that your life would be marked by triumph rather than loss, and that you would not live in fear, but rather with the assurance that comes with knowing your actual identity. Additionally, she asserts that supplication remains relevant. It is currently active and serves as a protecting glow that surrounds you. The Spirit of God's words jolt your soul. I'm still not finished with you. He claims that the narrative others have created about you is incomplete. What they said, their judgments, and the labels they attempted to affix to you are not the conclusion of your narrative. God is writing a fresh ending to your story that is far more satisfying than the misery you have experienced. I will transform your scars into testimonials, he says. I'll make up for your tardiness with divine timing. I will make your solitude a platform for my love to radiate even more intensely. He assures you that you will not perish in hopelessness. You will not wallow in loss. You will rise. Many others will benefit as a result of your activities. Life is not solely about you. A beacon is a light that guides people out of their own darkness. Furthermore, I strongly advise you to subscribe to our channel immediately, as your life is a beacon intended to illuminate others. There's more to this than a subscription. Whatever it is the manifestation of God's prophetic promise regarding your being. The goal of each communication sent from this site is to guide, caution, and aid you in accomplishing your destiny. When you subscribe, you tell Paradise that you are willing to take everything it has to offer. I am prepared to fulfill my calling to the utmost. Please ensure that you do not overlook any additional messages. The prophetic alignment over your existence will be sealed the moment you click the subscribe button. Once more, your mother murmurs to you, assuring you that there is no need for concern during the approaching event. She adds, you have tightly held on to your knowledge, but some of it is actually impeding your progress. You must not resist God when He begins to remove specific individuals, habits, or locations, she says. However, these changes are not deleterious. They embody celestial liberation. What no longer serves your purpose is being freed from you. She says that it is critical to think that the belongings you give up were never meant to stay, and that the ones you keep will serve as a foundation for your future. She advises you not to be disheartened when doors close, as new ones have already been opened for you. The Spirit of God's words jolt your soul. I'm still not finished with you. He claims that the narrative others have created about you is incomplete. What they said, their judgments, and the labels they attempted to affix to you are not the conclusion of your narrative. God is writing a fresh ending to your story that is far more satisfying than the misery you have experienced. I will transform your scars into testimonials, he says. I'll make up for your tardiness with divine timing. I will make your solitude a platform for my love to radiate even more intensely. He assures you that you will not perish in hopelessness. You will not wallow in loss. You will rise. Because life is about more than just one person, your actions will benefit many others as well. It is a light that will guide others out of their own darkness, a beacon. Once more, your mother murmurs to you, assuring you that the impending changes are nothing to be concerned about. She adds, "You have tightly held onto your knowledge, but some of it is actually impeding your progress." She asserts that we should not resist God when He begins to remove specific individuals, behaviors, or locations. However, these changes are not deleterious. They embody celestial liberation. She goes on to say that what is no longer advantageous to your destiny will be emancipated from you. She goes on, "You must have faith that what is gone was never intended to remain, and what remains will guide you into the future. Don't cry over closed doors. New ones are already opening in front of you." Archangel Michael agrees with this assertion. He claims that the authority of heaven is breaking curses, generational bonds, and hidden contracts that have been placed over your life in the spiritual world. He claims that you may experience the sensation of heavy objects lifting, the cessation of peculiar dreams, and the abrupt emergence of calm in areas that were previously characterized by chaos. That is evidence that God is disrupting cycles and patterns, disconnecting you from creatures that were never meant to have control over you. You are entering a season in which freedom will become your reality, and the same battles that tormented your family line will no longer affect you, Archangel Michael says. He says that you are the one doing the breaking. You have been selected to put an end to the atrocities that befell those who preceded you. You have edited the lineage. This explains why there is so much pressure. However, this is also why the triumph will be so decisive. And, beloved, if this message resonates with you, if you are aware that these words are not arbitrary, I urge you to subscribe immediately in order to remain informed about the revelations that heaven is sending. Just listening once is insufficient. It is the act of walking in accordance with the messages delivered on a daily basis. The information you are hearing now is only the beginning. Worse warnings, more profound truths, and larger promises will follow. Please don't overlook them. Maintain your connection and allow heaven to witness your devotion. Your mother's spirit is now more robust, as if she is unable to suppress the words that she must express. She asserts that there are concealed objects in your vicinity that you have yet to observe. There were discussions that took place in your absence, decisions that were made without your knowledge, and little betrayals that your emotions detected but your head ignored. She claims that heaven is about to reveal these truths to you, not to harm you, but to set you free. She claims that shadows have remained in close proximity for an extended period of time, and their look has changed to resemble compassion, love, and loyalty. As a result, the masks are being consumed by the light of God and will soon be gone. She urges you not to keep those who have been demonstrated. She also adds that it is not advisable to try to conceal the truth that God has hidden once it has been revealed. My child, when God reveals, it is not malice, it is mercy, for how else would you be liberated? As the truth is exposed, select a person you know who needs to hear this right away. An individual who is ensnared in deception, who is walking in gloom, and who requires the liberation that truth can provide. By sharing this video, you are not only sending a message, but also putting the anointing into action in your life. It is a privilege to share spiritual truth with others, and it will be returned to you abundantly. Choose the share option. Please share this with a loved one, such as a friend or family member. Watch as your personal breakthrough accelerates as you implement this strategy. Sharing can lead to a breakthrough. Archangel Michael, standing tall with his sword of flame, verifies this vision, protecting you from the traps made by jealous hearts. He claims to have been involved in invisible conflicts. He stated that the adversary attempted to ensnare you in lies by entangling them around your destiny. However, Archangel Michael dispelled them. He claims that everyone who has tried to curse, imprison, or quiet you has been unsuccessful. It says that you are engulfed in fire and that no darkness can withstand it. Furthermore, he recommends you to keep this in mind during the exposure. They never pledged to be loyal to ensure your protection. God continuously prioritized your security. Then your mother's voice returns to a calmer tone, as if it had been playing indefinitely. She professes to understand how much you want stability, unwavering adoration, and a buddy who will not betray you. She asserts that she experienced this yearning during her lifetime. She also expressed her desire that God would protect your heart from deceitful partnerships. Now, she asserts, those petitions are being received. She explains that these sentiments of solitude are distinct from abandonment. It's divine protection. God has chosen you for special recognition. You are chosen, not because you were overlooked. And when the time is right, God will place people in your path who genuinely care about your essence and bring light. She urges, please, do not be in a hurry. What God has in store for you is better than the alternative you were willing to accept. God's tremendous spirit shakes the air around you when these words are spoken. I am preparing to astonish you, my child. He advises you that the blessing will not appear in the way you expect. It will emerge unexpectedly and through an unexpected channel in an unexpected location. He claims that one day you will look on the past and understand that all of the delays, detours, and disappointments were only steps that eventually lead to this point. He asserts that I am incapable of recalling events. I understand your requirements better than you can. Additionally, my response will not suffice. It will erupt. He argues that individuals who previously felt sorry for you will be unable to understand how you gained such swift success. And you will be lifted up by his hand rather than your own strength. You are on the verge of entering a fortunate future. Don't forget that this message doesn't end with your deeds. Jesus' statement, "Give and heaven will open over you," is not poetry. Every seed you sow grows into oil for your future, fire for your calling, and safety for your family. My sweetheart, the moment has come for you. Have faith, and you will see God multiply the possessions you relinquish. Your mother is currently leaning in and urging you to place your trust in God. Please mention the following 4 words in the comments: I received a reversal. If you are of the opinion that your narrative is evolving and that a divine reversal is currently underway, kindly take the following action. Not only do people type, but they also make phone calls. You no longer expect authorization. God has already spoken, and you are moving into it. Record it immediately. I've received my reversal. Allow the enemy to hear your cries, the angels to witness your faith, and the spirit of your mother to rejoice in your words. Your mother murmurs again, cautioning you to keep an eye out for the warning signs. She claims that God has been speaking with you in subtle ways, such as the abrupt jolt of your spirit when you see specific people, repeating numbers, or visions. You should not assume that these signs are arbitrary, she explains, as they provide guidance. She instructs you to pause and listen when you encounter them, as God is attempting to capture your attention at that precise moment. She warns you not to go without thought, as the adversary has deployed distractions to induce you to lose concentration. She assures you that if you listen to the murmuring, you will never make a mistake. She goes on to say, "I was unable to provide you with the fullest guidance while I was on earth. However, I am now more accessible than ever, and my prayers are integrated into the guidance that God sends you." Your mother murmurs again, cautioning you to watch for the signs. She claims that God has been speaking with you in subtle ways, such as the abrupt jolt of your spirit when you see specific people, repeating numbers, or visions. You should not assume that these signs are arbitrary, she explains, as they provide guidance. She instructs you to pause and listen when you encounter them, as God is attempting to capture your attention at that precise moment. She warns you not to continue without thinking, as the adversary has sent diversions to cause you to lose focus. Nonetheless, you can be confident in her. By accepting the murmuring, you will never be duped. She further states, "I was unable to provide you with the fullest guidance while I was on earth. However, I am now more accessible than ever, and my prayers are integrated into the guidance that God sends you." Archangel Michael once more elevates his voice and declares, "The financial chains that encircle you are being severed. The cycles of rising and declining, the scarcity and lack you have experienced, are allegedly coming to an end, according to him." He claims that provision has been sent from heaven and is currently en route. He tells you to dismiss the statistics in your account because they are inconsequential when compared to those in paradise. What you notice will not last. I release what is eternal. If an opportunity looks to be too quick, too dazzling, or too appealing, he warns against it, as not all open doors lead to God. However, he claims that you will be able to find the right door because it will give clarity, not confusion, and peace, not pressure. And he claims that once you've passed through it, you'll have enough not only for yourself, but also to share with people around you. Your mother is in tears as she smiles at you, her cherished child. She emphasizes that the miraculous that is imminent is not only for you, but also for the generations that will follow you. She highlights the importance of making decisions. Now that will have a long-term impact. She goes on to say that the chains that were severed from your life will never influence your children, grandkids, or others who will continue in your footsteps. She adds, "You are the pivotal figure, the individual who alters the family's narrative." She advises, "Do not underestimate the extent to which your obedience expands your opportunities, as the faith-based decisions you make today will leave a legacy of light for tomorrow." The Spirit of God makes an unbreakable vow at the conclusion of this section. I will finish it quickly. I will finish it quickly. Nobody will be able to argue that I did not complete the assignment. He claims, you will be astounded. Your adversaries will stay mute. You will have an extraordinary sense of peace and happiness, and your companions will be overjoyed. Please remain with me. He says, I assure you, do not return. That's when you knew this message was more than simply words. A covenant was established about your existence. Your mother appears to be shaking with necessity as she converses with you at this moment. She understands that the time for you to make a decision is soon approaching. Some days, you may wonder whether it is worthwhile to persevere, whether optimism remains, and whether miracles are still possible for you. She claims that she has noticed the tiredness that pervades your being. She implores you not to succumb to despair and give up. She mentions the fire in your gaze, the youthful strength, and the conviction that anything was possible. She would like to inform you that the spark has not been forgotten in paradise. It continues to create emotions of warmth. She advises her child not to bury her hope, even though life's storms have threatened to extinguish it. Don't hide your dreams and aspirations because the gifts that God has bestowed upon you are irrevocable. This object has been anticipating its season, which is fast approaching. As a trumpet sounds over a battlefield, Archangel Michael's voice is both powerful and clear when he speaks. He claims that the hardships you are facing are not evidence of God's abandonment. You are on the brink of having a significant breakthrough. The enemy's desperation is clear in the fact that resistance is mounting, indicating that his grasp is fading, according to this sign. You are not powerless. Archangel Michael assures you that you are not alone and that you are capable of taking action. He says, "I was dispatched to defend you, safeguard you, and clear the path." Do not be concerned about the approaching tempest. It will pass before you arrive. He claims that the burden you've been carrying is not a sign of defeat, but rather the stress of childbirth. Something novel is emerging in your life, and much like labor pangs precede childbirth, this challenging period precedes the miracle. Your mother leans in closer and offers both affection and caution as she speaks. She cautions you to exercise caution with your emotions in the days ahead. She asserts that there will be individuals who attempt to undermine your faith, mock your beliefs, and claim that it is futile to have faith in things that are beyond your sight. She tells you not to let their uncertainties destroy your spirit. She asserts that God is not requesting that you explain the reasons behind your behavior. It is critical that you believe his claims. She reminds her beloved that Noah appeared dumb before the flood. Joseph appeared to have been overlooked until the palace's entrance was unveiled. David appeared vulnerable until the larger person collapsed. Others will regard you as small until God exposes the grandeur he has been nurturing within you. Subsequently, a power—
Listen to me closely, son, daughter. You're not here by accident. You could be anywhere, doing anything, but you're here because I brought you here. And there's a reason for it. Today, I need you to understand something important. What will happen is happening today in your home. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Why today? Because the time has come. A moment of change of answers, of relief, and of divine intervention. Maybe you've cried in silence, wondering if God still remembers you. Well, today, I'm here to tell you with full certainty that I have never forgotten you. Right now, a spiritual shift is taking place. Something powerful is being sent from above, and what is coming to your home is not human, it's heavenly. But pay attention, because what I'm about to share is not for everyone. It's for those who listen with an open heart, those who stay until the end. If you stay with me through this entire message, I will give you something that will calm the storm inside you. It will touch someone in your family. It's something you've been waiting for, but it will only be unlocked if you stay until the end. Write in the comments, "Lord, illuminate my home." This isn't a performance, and it's not a random script. This is the Holy Spirit speaking to you, so turn off your distractions. Don't let your phone or fear take you away. Today, I am entering your home, and where I enter, nothing stays the same. I will open doors that have been closed for years, soften hardened hearts, bring back those who are far away, and heal wounds you've kept hidden. But there's a secret, a very powerful one, that will only be revealed at the end. That's where you'll get the direction you need, and where I will give you the key to your victory. Stay with me, because if you leave too soon, you might miss exactly what you came here for. Now take a deep breath, stay calm inside, and let me guide you, because what's about to happen in your home is the start of a new chapter. Son, daughter, you didn't end up here by accident. You didn't click on this video by mistake. It wasn't the algorithm. It wasn't just chance, it was me. I brought you here because something needs to change today, and what's about to happen shouldn't catch you off guard. I love you so much that I'm here personally to prepare you. Recently, you felt lost, haven't you? Like the world is falling apart inside of you. You hide it, put on a smile, keep working, do what you have to do. But deep inside, there's a cry, and it's that cry I'm answering now. Don't ignore that feeling in your chest, that sense that something big is coming, because it's real. It's my presence. When I arrive, everything wrong begins to shake. Everything out of place starts to tremble. Son, how many times have you asked for an answer? How many prayers have you said only to feel like you were speaking to nothing? Today I'm answering you, and not just with any message, but with my presence, with transformation, with promises kept. You may have thought I was silent, but I wasn't. I've been working behind the scenes while you slept. I protected your home from dangers you never saw. I kept people away who seemed good, but would have hurt you. I kept you safe until the right moment arrived. And now that moment is today. It's now. Leave a word in the comments that tells me how you feel right now. Today, my presence will enter your home, and nothing will be the same. But there's something you need to know. You are part of this promise. You are the key to the change. You are a vessel of heaven right where you are in the midst of your family. It doesn't matter if you feel weak now. I am your strength. If you feel small, I am your shelter. If you feel impure, I am the living water that cleanses you. I never ask for perfection. I only ask for your commitment today. I only want you to open the door of your faith, your heart, your home, because something great is coming from heaven. Do you feel that chill, that warmth in your hands, those unexpected tears? It's me visiting you, telling you that you are not forgotten. There are promises you thought were lost, and today, I am going to touch them. There are dreams you thought were dead, and today, I will bring them to life. There are people in your home you didn't know how to handle, and today I will give you wisdom and act on your behalf. Write in the comments, God fulfills what He promises. I know the struggles you're facing. I know the pain you don't talk about, the silent battles, the fear of what tomorrow may bring. But listen closely. To date, I have entered that place, and where I enter, evil cannot stay. The presence you've been waiting for has arrived, and from now on, nothing will stay the same. But for this change to happen, you must stay until the end. Because in those final moments, I've prepared something for you. Yes, there's a reward waiting for you, a word that will confirm what you need to hear, a revelation, a key, and only those who stay until the end will receive it. Don't leave now. Stay strong, because what I'm about to say will open your spiritual eyes. You're not here by accident. You've been chosen. And where there is a calling, there is a promise. And where there is a promise, there is fulfillment. And where I am, there is victory. Son, daughter, now that you know you're not here by mistake, let me tell you something deeper. Today, heaven is visiting your home. This is not a symbol, not an exaggeration. It is real. As you hear these words, something is already moving in the spiritual world. You might not see it with your eyes, but if you look with the eyes of faith, you can already feel it. The atmosphere has shifted. Do you know why? Because I have decided to come down to step into your life, your struggles, your daily challenges. Leave a verse or phrase in the comments that strengthens your faith right now. And listen closely to this. While I choose to visit, nothing remains the same. Weariness becomes strength, sorrow turns to hope, and silence turns into an answer. Today I am not just visiting you, I am lifting you up. My purpose for you is still in place, and my plan for your home has not been canceled. So open your ears, your soul, and your heart, because my voice is speaking deep within you. Do not resist. Do not doubt. Just believe. What I am going to do, I will do openly, so everyone will know that I am the Lord of your home. I have seen the emotional pain you carry inside. I've felt those silences that hurt more than 1,000 harsh words. I've walked through your home and heard the voices of the past still echoing through the walls. I have noticed the lack of peace. You long for the peace you need to breathe with relief. But today, something is changing. Today, heaven is slipping through the cracks, through the hidden parts of your soul, into the corners where you thought no one could reach. It doesn't matter if your house is small, simple, or even rented. It doesn't matter if it lacks luxuries or decorations. Where I enter, everything changes. Do you remember what happened in Zacchaeus' house? He simply opened the door to me with sincerity, and that very day, salvation entered powerfully. Today I tell you that if you also receive me with a sincere heart, salvation will enter your home. I am touching every part of your home, every room, every corner where difficult conversations took place, where silent tears were shed. Nothing escapes my attention. I've heard your prayers whispered in the quiet of the morning, the ones you speak with fear that someone might overhear. I hear you. I see you, and most importantly, I care. Write in the comments, heaven is entering my home. Today, heaven has come down, and with it the peace you so desperately need. I bring the healing for your wounds, the answers to your questions, and the comfort for your tired heart. I also bring the new beginning you thought was lost. I am spiritually cleansing your home, removing what does not belong, taking away the invisible burdens you carry. I am breathing life into every corner. From today, there will be people in your home who will sleep better. There will be children who stop crying at night. Husbands will come home calmer. Wives will feel peace in their hearts without knowing why. It's me. It's me working in your life. I've entered gently like a refreshing breeze, like a scent that fills the air, like a light that comes through the window without asking for permission. Heaven doesn't need to announce itself. It simply fell. And you are feeling it now, right? That peace surrounding you, that feeling of not being alone. But listen closely. This visit is not random. It has a divine purpose. I am preparing the way for what's to come. My work has only just begun. Stay with me. Don't leave. There's more I want to show you. There are promises to fulfill, words to deliver, paths to reveal. Write in the comments, heaven has a purpose for my home. What I am about to do in the next moments will change your life. Hold on in faith. What you've experienced so far is nothing compared to what is coming. Son, daughter, can you feel it? You can sense that something has already shifted inside of you, because when I enter, nothing stays the same. My presence changes everything in its path. I never enter a place to leave it unchanged. Where I am, there is healing, freedom, and renewal. I'm speaking to you because I know you're tired of pretending everything is okay. Your smile tries to cover it up. But deep down, you know things aren't right. Ongoing conflicts, closed doors, unanswered prayers, and a heavy atmosphere. But that's all changing now. Where I enter, darkness cannot stay. What was hidden will be exposed. What was blocked will begin to open. What seemed impossible will start to take shape. Do you think I'm exaggerating? Think about all the times you made it through when it felt like you couldn't go on. It wasn't you. It was me. Today, once again, it's me entering your home. I don't come with noise or show. I come with peace, truth, healing, and love. Write in the comments, God has entered my home with peace. When I arrive, hardened hearts become soft pride. Fades, the sick feel relief, and lies fall apart. My presence can't be ignored. I know you're tired of trying to fix everything on your own. You've tried to change people with words, effort, and pressure, but you've forgotten that only I can transform hearts. There's someone in your house you don't know how to deal with. You've prayed, cried, and suffered, but listen to me now. I've already started working where you can't reach. I can do what you can't. I can go where you have no access. I can restore what you thought was lost. When I come, everything falls into place. Chaos turns into order. Yelling becomes quiet, filled with peace. Anxiety turns to certainty. Pain turns to praise. If you're hearing this now, it's because my presence is already at work. Write in the comments, the impossible is falling before the presence of God. No matter how big your problem is, no matter how many years you spent praying, no matter what others say, when I show up, the impossible loses its power. Son, I know your pain. I know what keeps you awake at night. I know the fear you hide, the battles no one else sees. Remember this. When I act, nothing remains the same. That room where sadness once lived will be filled with renewal. That part of your soul that you thought was worthless will today become the home of my glory. And those promises that seem dead will today receive my breath again, but you have to allow me to move. There are things I will shift within you. It may hurt. It may bring up old wounds, but it is healing freedom and real restoration. When I come, the old must go. Darkness disappears, lies lose their power, and truth takes over. And that place where you thought all was lost will be rebuilt from the foundation up. You will see changes in people you never expected. What once hurt you will now become a testimony of my power. And in the quiet of the night, you feel something covering you. It's my peace. It's my presence. Psalms will fill your home again. Joy will return. New life will grow in the smallest things. Where there was pain, there will now be purpose. Where there were tears, there will be laughter. Everything I do has meaning, even if you don't understand it right away. Son, this house is yours, but it is also mine. And as the Lord of this house today, I declare with authority, the day of change has come. The moment of freedom has arrived. The beginning of a new chapter. Do not look back. Do not let the past rule over you again, because I am here. And where I am, evil cannot stay. Everything that comes next will be even greater. If you've already felt a change until now, wait for what I am about to do next. There are still promises being fulfilled. There are still doors opening for you. There are still miracles being poured out in your life. Don't give up. Stand strong. The story of your life is still unfolding, and every part of it carries my signature. Son, daughter, you already know that when I arrive, nothing stays the same. But now I want to show you something even deeper. Your home has been marked by my presence, and this mark is not temporary. It's not something time can erase or the wind can blow away. It's an eternal mark. While you are listening to these words, heaven is pouring a fresh anointing over your home. You may not see it with your physical eyes, but in the spiritual world, this house is being sealed with my name. The enemy tried many times to disturb the peace of your home. He wanted to bring discord, coldness, and steal your peace. But today he loses his grip. Where my presence is, evil cannot touch. Write in the comments, my home belongs to God. If you feel that these words speak to you, have you noticed how things have started to fall into place in recent days? Those small moments of peace in the middle of the storm, those doors that closed, but instead of causing pain, brought relief. That was me. I marked the frames of your door, every corner where you cried, every place where you almost gave up. I marked it with my love. And from now on, this house will not just be a physical space. It will be known as the place where my presence lives. A home where the enemy has no power, where my spirit moves freely. Do you want to know what happens when I mark a home with my presence temple? Miracles start happening with no explanation. People who once lived in darkness begin to see the light. Broken relationships are healed. Hard hearts become soft. Hurtful words turn into forgiveness. It doesn't matter if this house was once filled with arguments, betrayals, or abandonment. Today, I am writing the story of your home, and from now on, anyone who walks through the door will sense something different. They will feel a peace they cannot explain, a warmth in their soul, a lightness that is not of this world. And you will stand strong and say your life's God. Comment with a phrase that describes how you feel, knowing that your home has been transformed by divine presence. Son, I have chosen you to be the guardian of my presence in this place. You will be the one to protect the atmosphere I am creating. You will be the voice of prayer when no one else speaks. You will be the channel of love when there is bitterness. You will be the instrument of healing when everything seems lost. And listen closely, this mark I've placed does not protect your home from life's challenges, but it will protect it from the despair that many feel when facing them. Those who live in my presence find rest. Today, my presence sets you apart, and it will also touch your family. There will be people who are changed just by stepping through that door. Children will change without you needing to say a word. Prayers will be answered even before you speak them because I am already working. This mark cannot be seen with your eyes, but in heaven, the angels already recognize your home as mine, and this sign will never fade. In fact, it grows stronger, it expands, it attracts more of my presence, more grace, and more protection. But stay alert, because where there is light, the enemy will try to bring darkness. Do not let your guard down. Guard my presence as if it were the most precious treasure. Leave a word in the comments that shows what you feel knowing your home is a place of divine dwelling. What I am doing today will impact generations not yet born. This mark is eternal. Stay strong, because what comes next will be even more glorious. Son, daughter, now that I have marked your house, I want to remind you of a truth that you must hold deeply in your heart. I have seen your tears, and I have heard every one of your prayers. You thought no one saw you, that no one noticed the quiet tears you hid in the bathroom, your silent pain. You believed no one understood the weight you carried, but I saw it all. I was always there. While everyone else was asleep, I watched over you. When no one asked how you were, I searched your heart. When you had no strength left, I carried you without you even realizing it. Not one of your tears was wasted. Not one prayer was ignored. Everything was recorded in heaven. You don't need fancy prayers to get my attention. You don't need perfect words. Sincerity is enough. Just open your heart to me. Son, I heard that prayer that only came out as a sigh. I heard that quiet God helped me just before sleep. Write in the comments, God heard my sigh. If you've ever prayed without words, I heard your cry when you were exhausted. And not only did I hear it, but I was moved, because I am not a distant God. I'm a father, a refuge, a comfort in your days of pain. Maybe you prayed for months without seeing answers, asked for the impossible, or begged for someone you no longer believed would change. But I tell you now, no prayer was lost. I kept every word, and even when you stopped praying, my heart never stopped listening. My spirit continued to intercede for you. Do you remember that night when you cried until you fell asleep from exhaustion? I was there wiping your tears and covering you with my love. Today, I come to remind you the harvest of those tears is close. The answers are on their way. This visit from heaven to your home is the answer to what you've planted in the midst of your pain. Son, I know your deepest fears. I know the fear of losing those you love, the loneliness you carry, the desire to disappear.
But I will not leave you. Victory is coming, and transformation is being released. There are people I am preparing to answer those prayers you may have forgotten, because I do not forget, and what I promise I fulfill.
Write a word of gratitude below if you believe your prayer is already being answered. What you asked for a long time ago did happen sooner because it was necessary to align everything. It was essential to work on heart's open doors and strengthen you. But now the time has come. Everything you have sown in prayer will begin to bloom in your home, in your relationships, and in the areas where you once only saw dryness. I am the same God who heard Hannah's cry and gave her a son when everyone called her barren. I am the one who heard Moses cry and parted the sea. I am the one who heard Israel's groaning and freed them from slavery. And I am the same one who hears you now. If the world doesn't understand you, I do. If they ignore you, I embrace you. If no one values your prayers, I answer them. But listen closely. This is not over yet. There is still revelation to come and liberation to manifest. Stay with me. Don't get distracted, because in the next moment, I will show you that the ending you feared will not be your future. I have a new beginning for you, and that new beginning will come with answers that may seem miraculous, with peace in the middle of what once felt like chaos, with renewed strength that doesn't come from you, but from my spirit. Son, daughter, I am here, and I will keep writing the story no one expected, but the one I have always dreamed for you. You thought it was all over, didn't you? That there was no way out, that what you lost could never be restored, that mistake, that pain, or that abandonment would define you forever. But today I come to speak to you with the full authority of heaven. This is not the end. It is the start of a new chapter. What has ended, ended because I allowed it. But what is about to start, I am the one opening it, and when I open something, no one can shut it. You thought that losing that job was the end of your stability, but I assure you, it was just the beginning of your freedom. You were trapped in a cycle that was choking you, and in my love, I broke those chains. You believed that a broken relationship was your last chance at happiness, but it was just the doorway to a time where you will learn to love freely and be truly loved. I don't play games with your story. Everything I allowed to end was so I could prepare something far greater, something you can't see yet. Those people who left your life still cause you pain, I know. But you don't realize that I removed some to make space for others who will build you up, not tear you down. What you can't see right now is that I am writing a new chapter. And to write something new, sometimes I need to tear out the pages of the past. You prayed, you cried, you asked for guidance, and today I am answering. Lift your head because this is not the end. It is the beginning of a new season, anointed and full of purpose.
Write in the comments, I am entering a new time. In this new season, you will see why some doors had to close. You will experience what you once only dreamed of in prayer.
My voice will lead you step by step. Yes, you crossed through the valley. Yes, you were tested by fire. Yes, you spent nights without sleep and days without strength. But today I tell you that the time of weeping is turning into a time of harvest. A waiting will become a promise fulfilled. The enemy thought you wouldn't make it. He thought that emotional blow would completely break you. He thought grief, rejection, and guilt would be your end. But while the world saw you sinking, I was preparing the ground to lift you up. This new time I'm speaking of is not only about material blessings. This is a time of inner healing, of peace beyond understanding, of wisdom that helps you avoid repeating past mistakes and of building on solid foundations. You will look back and say, it was God who saved me from myself, who stopped me before I fell deeper, who gave me this fresh start. Write in the comments, God saved me from myself. Son, listen closely. I am placing this new season in your hands, but you have to decide to live it. There's no point in receiving a new beginning if you're still holding on to the old. There's no point in having new promises if you're still holding on to old hurts. Let me make everything new. Give me your heart fully. Allow me to heal you, to remove what has been holding you back, to clean your heart deeply. Because what's coming can't be experienced while carrying the weight of the past. I'm already at work, and what starts today in your life will continue to grow, bear fruit, and become a testimony. Everyone will know that it was me who started this new time in you. And if I started it, no one will be able to stop it. Write in the comments, no one can stop what God started. Now that you've understood this is not the end, but a new beginning, I want you to get ready. What has been blocked is starting to move today, on tomorrow, on next month, today. When I declare a new time, everything that has been stuck begins to move. You've gotten used to seeing closed doors, haven't you? You tried here, you tried there, and nothing seemed to change. Everything felt frozen. Your finances, your emotions, your relationships, even your faith. You prayed, but it felt like there was a wall above you. You worked hard, but saw no results. You loved, but only felt coldness in return. It seemed like your whole life was on pause. But today, I'm telling you that blockage is breaking. I am opening doors, clearing paths, and breaking invisible chains that have been holding you back. There are things you never realized were holding you back. Words spoken over you, past alliances, places you stepped into, people you connected with who caused stagnation. Write in the comments today, the chains are broken. Today I am cutting all that off. I am breaking the invisible, releasing what was held back. You know that project that had been stuck for years, that answer that never came, that conversation that always ended in a fight, that dream that felt impossible. Today I declare it will begin to move. Creativity, understanding, forgiveness, conversations, resources, and faith, all will flow. You will no longer feel trapped or suffocated. I am opening the floodgates. And hear me. Well, it's no accident that you're hearing this now. You needed this word. Deep inside, you were about to accept that nothing was going to change, but I didn't allow you to give up. People will be amazed by what will happen in your life. They'll wonder, How did it change so quickly? And you will respond. It was God who unlocked it all. You spent so much time waiting, fighting, and believing nothing was moving. Did you think that was your destiny? Write in the comments, it was God who unlocked it all. I am the God who makes rivers flow in the desert, who parts seas, who sends manna from heaven. And when I release something, no one can lock it away again. This movement you will feel in the coming days is the answer, the miracle, the renewal, and the time to bear fruit. But I say this to you with love and firmness. Do not go back. Do not take this freedom and return to what once held you. Don't sit again at the table I've already lifted you from. Don't accept again what once limited you. Now is the time to move forward, to grow, to align with me, to walk lighter, to live what once seemed impossible. Today is the day the heavens begin to flow in your life.